Okay, y'all, we are in this better be on, but we are in Mercury retrograde, and whenever Mercury retrograde hits, my shadow side be trying to take me out. That unhealed wound, unhealed pattern that I thought I closed out, the way that I thought I was responding to things differently, it always shows up as a test. My shadow side be like, are we going to continue to be who we claim to be? And like I said in my previous video, when I spoke on integrating your shadow side is not meant for you to suppress it, oppress it, and ignore it or run away from it. You actually have to tend to it. And how you tend to that side of yourself is by being nice, it's by showing love to that side of yourself. Trust me, when it comes to my healing journey, I had to learn the hard way. I started my healing journey sometimes even being fed up with myself, being tired of myself, having anger towards myself. And then that caused me to lose self compassion towards myself. And then I lost compassion towards people. And I would just be projecting how I was feeling at the time with myself to others. And that's when I felt God tell me, hey, if you want to do this and you want this to be sustainable and actually progress, you have to show love to yourself. You cannot be your enemy. A lot of us have that concept when you look at yourself in the mirror, it's a you versus you thing. That song by Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, right? It's a you versus you thing, but you're not supposed to become your enemy. When I tell people, it feels like every day I'm going into the ring with myself, talking in regards with the self mastery journey and how I'm not competing with anyone. Like, I'm not trying to beat anyone, I'm not trying to get ahead of anyone, I'm not trying to be better than anyone. I'm aware of my flaws. I'm aware of my BS. I'm aware of my faults. Like, I know that I have to keep the focus on myself. One thing about your higher self is always going to try to pull you into a higher timeline. Your higher self is always ready for you to make grounded moves, grounded decisions. Your higher self is cheering on you to be more confident. Your shadow self is there trying to reject all the opportunities that yourself you can envision yourself stepping into. And you have to remember that rejecting yourself rejects your desires in order to bring in the things that God has already in store for you, right? Because you might feel right now that those things are on hold. You're like, what else do I need to do? What else? Who else do I need to contact? Who else do I need to partner? What else do I need to do? What else do I need to take? There's nothing that you have to do. Number one, you have to remember who you are and change the self concept that you have of yourself. What is a reoccurring thought and pattern that I have whenever I think of my goals and my dreams? What makes me stop myself from going just full in? What makes me like, as I'm, it's like I'll move forward with it, right? And then I'll stumble in it, and then I'll be like, let me backtrack. Let's turn back to the start. And it is because I did not feel worthy enough to fulfill something. I did not feel worthy enough to attain something. I was so blinded. I did not see the value. I did not see the light that I carry. I did not see the power that I held within. And in the past, it's not like God has not blessed me with opportunities or people have not presented themselves with opportunities. 9 times out of 10, people see the potential that you have in yourself before you see it yourself. And when you're carrying that imposter syndrome, where people are like actually acknowledging and even praising you and giving you compliments, and you are so stubborn with yourself and you have a low confidence and you don't believe in yourself, you will start to reject everything that God is trying to bring you to pull you to the next level. Yeah, that opportunity is nice, but I just don't feel like I fit, right? I always started to change that. And if you see me on social media now, or on my TikTok, right? If you had me on TikTok for a while, I feel like I've changed how I presented myself, how I present myself to now, because the dynamic, first of all, the dynamic and relationship that I have with social media has changed as well. I'm not seeking things outside of myself. And number one, to heal that internal blockage that I had for so long, I had to choose myself and choose my healing. I had to detach from the outcome, wanting followers, subscribers, wanting engagement. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just practice this. I'm gonna use this as an exercise for myself, and I'm just gonna post. And when I feel led to give out a message, when I feel led to speak, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna care what people say. I'm not gonna argue, whatever. Even though sometimes people will be ready to argue with you, I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm just going to be myself. I'm doing this for me. I'm choosing my healing. And now it's so funny that I've been getting more interaction and more engagement and more people that actually resonate with me and resonate with my path, more people that are genuine with me. So that is a blessing, but what is more of a blessing is you're removing something that has kept you stuck for so long, and that's been leading you to get in your own way. Because if you don't heal that internal blockage, that will continue to show up in different forms. It can be projected onto a relationship, a friendship, your relationship with your parents, whoever, whatever, your career. God wants to give you the blessings, but he needs you to not act. Remember who you are and change the relationship you have when it comes to yourself. If you were to make business with another person, would you trust somebody that second guesses themselves? Would you trust somebody that doubts their every move? Would you trust somebody that has no faith in their business, has no faith in themselves? Like you wouldn't want to partner up with them. You're like, "Oh, you're so ungrounded. Yeah, you're going to mess me up." No, you want somebody who's grounded, you want somebody who is confident. You want somebody that is like a high value person. And you become that by recognizing yourself. Stop putting things outside of yourself on a high pedestal. We tend to put the desires, even materialistic stuff that we want, people especially, and I used to be that person that I would put people on a high pedestal. And when it came to myself, I would shrink myself. I would believe myself to be like this. But do you even know how God sees you in spirit? Let God give you revelation of who you truly are. This is my message to y'all. I feel like this video was a bit all over the place, but I felt led to touch on this different themes. So hope this helped you, resonated, and follow me on my socials down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.